Hello everyone, it's Walter Wong here with the Bold But Gold podcast. Now, my guest on today's episode is one of the most successful musicians ever from Singapore, yet most of you would never have heard of him. He has toured with some of the biggest Mandopop acts, recorded award-winning albums, and played Dota with JJ Lin. I'm talking about Sean Xiao, who is probably the most humble, unassuming, and hard-working musicians you'll ever meet. Sean is a bass guitarist who has toured with and performed on albums for David Tao, JJ Lin, Wang Lihong, and others. But Sean's success has not come easy. Sean was actually studying English literature at the National University of Singapore when he decided to drop out to play with his band full-time. And then a week later, his gig got cancelled. From there, it has been an endless story of overcoming setbacks and honing his craft to be among the best in the business. Before achieving his current success, Sean spent years performing in the club scene in Singapore and even uprooted himself to perform in Macau. Now, you might be wondering how I know someone as cool as Sean. So in full disclosure, we are cousins and he's definitely the coolest in the family. This is one of the most thoughtful and introspective conversations which you'll hear on Bold But Gold. So sit back and imagine that you're sitting by the campfire with Sean. Oh, and talking about campfire, listen out for the anecdote about playing music around the campfire with JJ Lin. From the outside, right, it seems like the last 8 years, and we're going to talk about your entire journey, but the last 8 years, I think you've had a lot of incredible successes. You perform around the world, all the biggest names in the Mandopop scene. But I want to start actually all the way from the start.
Sure.
And I'm curious to know, and I think I know this, I think it was the piano, but I'm curious to know, when was the first time you played an instrument? And was it was the piano, right? Was it?
Yeah, it was the piano. I think I was 4. Then parents made me go for piano lessons.
Yeah.
And yeah, that was my first introduction to music. My dad would put on whatever, like classical CDs he could find, or like old Bee Gees, Brett.
Bee Gees, very
Yeah,
good.
kind of. Yanni, I remember Yanni.
Oh wait, yes,
Yeah.
because I listened to the Bee Gees from you.
Yeah.
I think that's when I knew about the Bee Gees.
Yeah.
Or my mom maybe, I don't know.
Carpenters,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
all the stuff our parents listened to. But
Yeah.
yeah, that was good music.
Yeah.
So
And then did you do the formal like grade 1, grade 2?
yeah, I did the class like
Yeah.
with you and your sister. We did the classical, the ABRSM thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I never had a formal education outside of that, except for later in my life. I went to LaSalle for a while. Yeah.
But how many grades did you last? I lasted to grade 5 and then I
I
dropped.
think I attempted. Did I? I took to grade 7, but I didn't take the exam.
You were 1
Yeah.
year short. Okay.
Because like I was like Sec 1 already, and
Yeah.
wow, ECAs and stuff. So
Yeah.
lazy to practice. I
Did
regret
you
that.
did you enjoy it?
Actually, yes, I did. Yeah.
Really? Okay.
I like the idea of like having to put in the elbow grease and hours,
mm.
and then you can get better.
Yeah.
And, piano is something that you really can
Yeah.
see that you're getting better, but it just takes a lot of time.
I think that's quite surprising. Okay, at least for me, the ABRSM system was painful. Maybe we just didn't have the passion for the instrument as well. But it was like every week you go for 2 lessons, and then you're playing these pieces of music that you never really appreciate. So
I think I like the musical aspect of it, of course, attractive. I mean, you can hear whatever music and try to play.
yeah,
But for some reason, like, until now, I like the mechanical part of it. Like,
Yeah.
you keep going and going and going at it. Yeah.
that's why you're a professional musician, and that's why I'm not. When did you play another instrument? And was it the Guitarnics or?
I took. You remember when we were young?
Yeah.
We had the 星期五周报,
Yes,
right? And then
it became 大拇指 or something. But
that one I don't know.
Anyway,
then we would listen to, like, when you study for exams. I mean,
Yeah.
there's a radio always on, and we didn't have money for. I mean, I didn't have enough
yeah,
pocket money to buy CDs, so it's the radio, right? But most of the time it's Chinese songs, and the 星期五周报 will always have the lyrics and like this funny letters. I was like, what are these letters? Oh, they're chords. And I was like, shucks, I can't do that on piano because I only had a classical training. I had no idea what chords were.
yeah.
So I figured, okay, I better get a guitar because it looks
Okay.
like most of the pictures, like there's a person with guitar there. My mum sent me for a couple of guitar lessons, but they were classical lessons, so I had no idea of like classical and pop. I thought they would carry over, but now I realize it's kind of different genres, different skill sets and stuff. So yeah, I had guitar for a while, but I picked up bass really, really late. Yeah, I wish I'd not, but you know, that's what it is.
But the classical training does come in handy.
I think
right?
yeah, it does. Okay, if you, if you're you do the ABRSM thing, you're conditioned from young that okay, you have to put in the hours, you have to practice, so it gives you the discipline. Yeah, and I think with any instrument, you need that discipline if you want to excel.
But does it? It probably helps you sight read faster as well.
Yes. Oh, that's
probably
yeah.
one big
That's
advantage.
right?
Right?
Yes, like a lot of my sight reading that I do now on the bass or sometimes guitar. I thank my parents so much for having put me through those years of piano.
Do you have perfect pitch?
No, but I work more on like what do you call it? Relative pitch.
Okay.
So like I think it's really useful.
Yeah.
Because like if you're improvising or you're just reacting to music, you can tell the intervals and you can sort of pick up the chords and stuff.
So okay. So if I give you like the C note, you can probably sing the chord of C.
Yeah, you mean you give me the fifth? Like that's the fifth, sixth, flat 13.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
But if I said sing E sharp.
Well, I can't do
Probably
that.
Interesting. No, because one of my friends and I had this conversation around, is perfect pitch born or can you learn it? And he's apparently doing some research on it, and he said he has no conclusion from it. So I was like, okay.
I spoke to, the roommate I'm the guy I'm rooming with now on tour. I think he's a brilliant musician. So I asked him about it because he was like playing like a note and that's a whatever F, that's a A flat. I'm like, wow, can you do that? But I think it's like, this is cliche, but it's like learning music is like learning a language. It's like I think through the power of association and repetitive exposure to like this set of sounds, right? You tell you start like you know 2 is 2, you know A is A in the alphabet and in the numerical system. So for him, he was telling me through the years of teaching piano and practicing so much, he could just tell, okay, I'm used to hearing that as an E. Okay, that's an E.
Really?
Yeah, it's really fascinating. And
if I was lying to you, you wouldn't know though.
Yeah, I wouldn't know. But I mean, he's really a straight up guy. So
I think that's you're probably born with that.
I don't know because I've watched this kid, Rick Beato's kid. So is this crazy kid on YouTube? You know, he play clusters of notes and then he can tell everything. So he had a training system for that. And like from young, he would expose him to like really complex music and stuff. So I think that's an interesting thing to think about. Like how complex is complex, right? I mean, when we talk about music, if you are introduced to like the craziest piano concertos or chromatic music when you're young, you think that that's normal, and maybe your brain starts to internalize that information, and that's like as easy as ABC.
Interesting.
Yeah. So like if you start with I don't know like Old MacDonald, and I listened to that for 5 years, maybe that's my brain is thinking that's the peak of musical excellence. Suddenly you give me like a Bach or Tchaikovsky piece or a John Coltrane. I'm like, the heck
John
is
Coltrane.
that? Yeah.
John Coltrane's very different from all of them, but anyway.
Yeah.
Okay, interesting. So, I think one of the big points in your life is so you were in NUS for I think 2 years, was it?
A
One
year.
year. You were doing English, right?
Yeah.
And then you decided that okay, no, I'm gonna leave school, and I'm going to focus on music. Why did you do that first?
I think I could. It's either a leap of faith or stupidity, but I think it's more towards the second one.
Well, it's worked out for you, so I guess it was a leap of faith.
I've been really, really lucky. Like in
Yeah.
hindsight, I wasn't really thinking much. I mean, in school, I wasn't one of those kids who like knew, okay, I'm gonna go to economics because I want to be a banker or economist or like a brilliant chemist or what. I had no idea. I was in JC. I enjoyed English. I enjoyed literature. Some history was fine, but I had no idea what I would be, and I was kind of scared. But that's the exciting thing about living, about being a teenager. Like you look towards the future, you're a bit scared, but you just try your best. That was the same feeling I had in army, in the university. Like right after army, right, I feel a bit. My thinking is really slow, and like
happens to all of us.
Yeah, right. And oh no, going back to study, this feels so foreign. Then I was already in was in a band at that time, and I transitioned to playing bass only in the army. Because like this classic bass player story, nobody wanted to play the bass.
Yeah.
The bassist thought he would be a better singer, so okay, I can try to play the
Yeah.
bass. 4 strings only, right? How hard can you get? Yeah, so I had an offer. I mean, I worked hard at it, and during whatever time I had in the army, then I was offered a gig, and I had a crazy bunch of songs to learn. So I think I neglected my studies because because when I get absorbed into something, I just have to keep doing it
Yeah.
until I get it right. So yeah, I messed up my studies,
Okay,
and I left to do my gig, which lasted a week.
yeah.
Oh, I was like in the crisis. Like,
And
oh,
and how
shucks.
and your band was how many of you?
How many of us?
Four,
I think
five,
it was
or-
a 4-piece with 2 singers.
Oh,
Yeah, we were singing. We were
Okay.
playing at some I don't know.
it was English band.
We played Chinese
Chinese,
songs,
okay.
so and Cantonese.
Okay.
It was at some community
Oh, that's-
center or club.
See,
I can't
okay.
remember. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. It's at Yishun. I remember it was at
Huh,
Yishun.
interesting. So your week-long gig was actually at the community center.
It's a club or something lah. Yeah,
Okay.
like it's like bar,
Yeah.
you know. So I really put things into perspective. I was like, okay, I should have thought this through maybe,
Yeah.
like, you know. But and my parents were furious, of course. But I mean, many years back, you realize that, you know, they just really want the best for you,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
it's probably like a shock for them. Like, okay, how are you gonna take care of yourself?
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Which is a
that
valid
was
perspective.
really scary, man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But at that point in time, were you scared? Like when you lost the gig, were you like freaking out? Or...
yeah, I guess it's good that it happened early also, not in hindsight.
Yeah.
Because that part about gigs, you know, it won't change no matter how
Yeah.
how advanced your career is. Because you never know when the gig's gonna end. I mean, all gigs have to end. Yeah. But you know, if it's an abrupt termination, you have to have a plan B.
Yeah.
But most of the time, you might not think about that because you're doing the gig, and then you get the monthly or the daily
Yeah.
pay, and then the next day they tell you, give you some reason and they have to terminate you, and what are you gonna do?
So they terminated your band, and then did all of you drop out, or was it just you?
I think we all dropped out. We had some
Wow.
issues with pay. Usually that's the case. So
Yeah.
it's always most of the time it's a pay issue.
Yeah. No, but as in you all dropped out of university.
Oh no! They were, most of them were already
Oh, so most of them were
were
actually.
playing not
Okay.
part time. I mean, they were probably doing something in the day,
Yeah.
and the night thing was to supplement the
Yeah.
income. Yeah.
Okay. So
Yeah.
you were the only one like
Yeah.
lost the drift,
Like, oh no.
like you lost the gig, the band like went its own way.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
you
what am I
were
gonna do? What am I gonna do?
Okay.
It's been a blur since then. Like, it's been
Yeah.
so many years. That was 2000 and I don't know, man. 3, 2004.
Wow. Okay. I was like one, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's around that time. Yeah. And it's getting better.
it's been better since then, obviously.
Yeah.
So what happened then? So you another big milestone is when you started appearing on TV in the Super Band or something like that. This was Channel 8.
Yeah.
In between then, you were just gigging, just like scrapping around for gigs.
Yeah. The gigs got better, but I will play at them now, but we got discos, like nightclubs. Not
Clubs.
nightclubs, I think, like just
Or like jazz
Bars.
bars and stuff like
but
that.
not
right?
jazz. I
Yeah.
rarely did any jazz.
Yeah.
So it's mostly the Chinese pop gigs, which paid
Yeah.
pretty well, but late hours, and
Yeah.
then it's the drinking and people smoking. I don't smoke, so
Yeah.
that was really quite before they banned smoking in
Indoors.
Yeah, indoors.
Yeah.
Oh man, those were terrible days. Like I think my health suffered.
It's more
quite a bit.
atmospheric, but
I don't know, man. I really. Then my instrument would
Yeah.
reek of
Yeah,
that
cigarette
smell,
smoke.
and you cannot get that out of your.
Yeah.
Yeah, that really sucked. Yeah, but actually, the super band thing was. I think that was. I never knew it would become. It's probably the single most important thing
Yeah.
that happened for my transition from playing night gigs
Yeah.
to doing tours now. I never like when you were younger, you're like,
Yeah.
wow, these touring musicians, they're like the elite. They're
Yeah.
probably at the top of the game. I really aspired to be like that, but I never thought it would happen to me because you needed, like back in the day before you could do social media and stuff, you had to be connected. I joined the first band competition, Chinese band competition, Super Band, because my friends, my
this
mates
was
from
2007. 7, 5,
Yeah,
something?
6, maybe
Okay.
6, 7. Yeah. So my friend from army was like, "Hey, the audition is tomorrow. We need a band. How? Just do a band, man." And,
Yeah.
shucks. I doubt we will get in, but okay, I'll do anything to help a friend.
Yeah.
Oh, then we got in. Okay. So that took quite a bit of time because the recording day would be there really early and you end late and to juggle that with the gigs. But through that, I knew this local singer producer called Wu Jiaming. After we lost, we dropped. I think we lost halfway through the competition. I went back to the gigs and eventually had an overseas gig in Macau for a couple of years. Then moved.
And was that through Jiaming?
No, that was through some the casino. What do you call it? Entertainment department heads. They were trying to scout a couple of Taiwanese singers that flew in to sing with us at that time.
Okay.
And it happened that they liked our band. So okay, we went together. So
Yeah.
that was a great 2 years. I met my wife there. So
Yeah.
yeah.
It was only 2 years. I thought it was longer than 2 years, in fact. I thought you were there for like 5 or something.
No, it's around 2 years.
Okay.
Yeah. So after I came back, I went back to the pub scene, but I did English music for once, and that was quite fun. Did a lot of rock stuff.
Yeah.
And yeah, but it was during that time that my boss now, King Long, probably one of the greatest Singaporean musicians, like he was looking for a bassist to tour. So he ran into Jiaming, but he was eating like hae mee or something.
Okay, it's
prawn
very-
noodles.
very specific.
It's yeah. I remember. I tend to remember a lot of
Random.
random unnecessary info. So Jiaming remembered me probably, and he recommended me. So King Long called me up one day and asked me to go for an audition.
Okay.
I always remember like the call. I was getting ready for work, and he called. Hey, do you know who I am? I'm called King Long. Like, of course I know who you are, man. I'm like, wow, why are you calling me?
And for people who don't know, so Kin Long is like the
Yeah, if
the
that,
big guy.
yeah,
in the
if there were
Chinese scene.
David Foster of Chinese pop,
Yeah.
he would probably be that. So I went to his house to audition, and a while later I got the gig. With JJ Lin.
Yeah. Wait, how come Jiaming didn't?
Jiaming used
Take the-
to tour with him as a backup singer.
Okay.
Yeah, for David Tao and
Oh, so
I think
so
Jackie, I can't remember.
so Jiaming was already actually working with Kin Long.
He worked with him before.
Okay.
Yeah, because Jiaming is a bit older than me. Yeah. So that opened the door, and I'm really grateful for having done that competition,
Yeah.
which I didn't think much would have come of it,
Yeah.
come out of it. But yeah, it made that vital connection.
So between coming back from Macau and auditioning with Kin Long, how long was that?
Wow. Okay, I was in Macau for a couple of years. I was playing in Singapore for almost 2 years.
Okay.
Yeah. Then
What would have been the end game if you didn't have this chance encounter?
actually, when I came back to Singapore, right,
Yeah.
I was gonna I better just get a degree in something. I was looking up part-time
And so
studying.
that's when you did LaSalle.
No,
was it?
LaSalle was long ago. That's
Okay, so
during
that
the
was-
Superman
got it.
days. Yeah, but
Okay.
LaSalle. All my attempts at studying and gigging when I was younger,
Yeah.
because I wanted to gig more and earn more money.
Yeah.
I don't know for what also, because I ended up buying a lot of instruments and not really saving as much as I
And
should
more
have.
to buy the instruments.
Yeah, very silly, right? This is the trap a lot of musicians fall into. So I could never really balance out studying in the day and then going to the gig, and then the gig ended later and later,
Yeah.
like from midnight to 2 to 3 to 4 to like 5 a.m. and my classes would be at 9 a.m. I should have just focused on studying, but
But I mean, the path you've been on has gotten you far enough. So.
yeah, but I guess with touring and gigging, like I'm really, really grateful to have this chance to tour. But it also means that I may have to fly out a lot
Yeah.
to make the money, and it would be nice to be based more in Singapore and have to fly only as a bonus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, Singapore is like this small, and you can't.
I guess if you're an educator, it could be quite. I have a few friends who teach in international
Yeah.
schools or teach in LaSalle or music programs like heading choirs in school. It's pretty decent money. You can make a living. But unfortunately, I think a lot of the time you need a certificate for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is something I still don't have yet. I should work on that.
But
Keep telling myself
so,
that.
but I mean, in place of the certificate, you perform. Okay, so I know you perform with JJ. David Tao, and now Jackie Cheong,
Wang Li Hong,
running home as well.
and a few others.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How long each of these tours? Is a year each?
A year to two.
Okay.
But the Jackie one is
Endless.
wow, it's the most
Unbelievable.
insane one. But it's been
Yeah.
2 years, and it'll be like 2 years and 2 months or 3 months,
Yeah.
something like that. Yeah.
And now, do you feel like, because you have all these names behind you, right? You just get anything you want, you know? You just raise your hand and
No.
Doesn't happen.
It doesn't. I just. I don't know, man. I don't think I'll ever be in that position. I mean, I because I think once I feel like that,
yeah,
I'd probably be too
old.
like old or.
But in the mental pop scene, right? If a big act wants a bassist now, will they say, "Oh, I want Sean"?
I mean,
Do you know?
I'll be incredibly honored if there were people who thought like that. But usually, I think they would think of the music director first,
Okay.
because like, either for his status, or you like the work he's done with previous artists, or you feel that his style would really suit you,
Yeah.
and then you would trust your music director to assemble the team.
Yeah. So, okay. So they would go to Kin Long, who would then go, yeah, I want
Yeah,
Sean.
okay, one Sean or whoever
Yeah.
is available, and
And I mean, I guess without going into details, but like, how much work has it been touring, and like, you know, every couple of years you're with a new act.
the things that shouldn't change, right? Is, I think your work ethic and generally being a great guy to work with, right?
Yeah.
Those are the most important factors in like whether somebody will call you for continued work. I mean, it's the same with performing. I remember a great teacher in the cell. He was telling me that doesn't matter how well you play if you're not consistent, because if you cannot guarantee a consistent quality of work, nobody will get you for the long haul. Because I can't have you have 30 shows and be brilliant only on 2 shows and like mediocre or like screw up the other 28. And like little things like being hardworking, you know, learn your parts well, play for the music. A lot of musicians, it gets easy. It's easy to get self-absorbed and then, you know, play what might not be your boss's vision for the music.
So you freestyle.
Yeah, because it's much easier to just play whatever you feel, right? But if 20 people in the band and everybody is going by intuition, and if they don't align,
Yeah.
and there's no discipline, it will be terrible.
But how many hours are you actually together preparing, and then you're on your own preparing, like?
Okay, usually we get the music. It depends. It really depends on the
Yeah.
tour, but we get the music maybe a month before the tour.
Okay.
Sometimes maybe a couple of weeks. I mean, from my experience, I like to, when I get the music, I start learning and transcribing at home. I wouldn't wait for the charts to come, because I want to make sure that actually you don't practice at the rehearsal. Yeah, you go through parts and that you have already practiced at home, so you shouldn't be showing up and not be sure of your parts. But there are also incredible musicians who have not heard the music and go to the music and go to the rehearsal, and at the end of a week they play better than me. But there's also that. But I feel for my style and the limitations I have, I would rather work as hard as I can at home, so I get to the rehearsal, don't waste anybody's time.
Has it become easier?
You start to, I mean, it's the same thing lah, but you get more, you plan your time a bit better, like some small details that maybe you're not too sure of, you don't spend too much time over them, just ask the director or work it out during rehearsal.
So for example, like, I guess, okay, if you think about the different artists you work with, right, have you had to tailor your style, like say JJ's style was different or Jackie Cheong's style was different?
As long as your attitude is one of like sensitivity, musical sensitivity, like you listen to the artist, you really get into the music and try to understand what he's trying to say with his music and align that with whatever the MD has, the music director has arranged, you'll be fine now. Yeah, you just don't show up at a like rock gig playing swing, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Playing blues or something.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, blues and rock are similar. Sorry, one final thing is if I pick up like a JJ album, right, I think I might ask you this before, but is your name on whatever artist, is your name on the album, or do you only perform?
Yeah, I recorded on I think 2 of his albums, but
cool.
there was one that was really memorable. I think he won quite a few awards for it. We did it totally live. We recorded a couple of songs in the Esplanade also.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the concert hall.
JJ did?
Yeah.
Oh.
Because we had the orchestra, and he had this. It's called binaural recording or something. So it's pretty old technology, but
Yeah, yeah.
you have the mics in like it looks like a human head.
Okay.
So the thing is, you would record it, and whatever went in, and when you listen to it as a listener, it's as if you are immersed in that. You were actually there, like the way the sound hits you. So
and it's analog recording?
yeah, it's no, we did digital also,
Okay.
yeah, in the production and everything. But yeah, that was really fun.
But he recorded it with an audience or
No, with the one we did at the Esplanade was like orchestra setup. No, like strings, a lot of strings and
Yeah.
horns and stuff like that. But we did it. We did a few songs in Taiwan. He wanted there's this acoustic number which he wanted a campfire vibe. So he rented.
A campfire.
We literally we had a campfire, and in this place called Yilan. It's like kind of chalet,
Interesting.
countryside.
Yep.
Yeah, that was really fun. Like playing in the fields with the crickets and the.
And so it was a live recording
Yeah, it's a
really
live
by the
recording.
campfire.
So we
Wow,
had a
okay.
campfire, and then we stood around the head thing, and then we sang. We sang. He sang. We
Yeah.
played. Yeah.
Has the novelty worn off? Because at the start it must have been super, super exciting.
Mm.
Do you nowadays go, oh, that's just Jackie Cheung. Like, it's just another guy I'm working with.
No lah. Okay, this tour is really crazy. Like we've
Yeah.
done like now 208 shows in the span of 2 years. So every week we are flying out,
Yeah.
and actually the traveling is the tiring part. The playing
Yeah.
is never the problem. It's just getting yourself mentally solid enough, like so that when you show up the gig, you don't let whatever that's bothering you
Yeah.
affect your performance. Because so many hours on the road and traveling conditions can be, it's not up to you. You get
Yeah.
bad weather, you're stuck somewhere, you're delayed. We ever did a like 13-hour drive on the day of the gig or something like that.
From
Because
in China or
from in China, because like airport closed down
Yeah.
or something, and the night before to the gig, the night before we had another 8-9 hour drive
Yeah.
after waiting half a day at the airport. So these things do take a toll, especially on, I think, like for musicians, maybe you're really tired, but through muscle memory you still can pull
Yeah.
through. It's okay. But for like I think backup singers especially, your voice, your throat will be dry, and that's the physical strain is actually
gets to you. And I
gets
guess
you
one
more.
last thing is, I mean, is the Rockstar life real, or is it just
Oh,
really
no,
just
Rockstar,
in the
man.
hotel? Have you seen JJ Lin get trashed, or is it just sleeping at 11 p.m. and waking up at 8?
No, and JJ is like dude like any of us.
Yeah.
He likes Dota, I think.
Yeah,
He likes
yeah,
play
yeah.
Dota, and he doesn't drink.
Yeah.
So does Jackie also. Like these guys are I mean, the artists I've worked
Yeah.
with so far,
And
I'm
yourself
really
as
lucky.
well,
Yeah,
quite
they're
hardworking.
incredibly disciplined. Like when it's time to tour, there's no nonsense. You put on the show. People are paying to promote your tour, to watch your tour. You have to give them their money's worth. And any effort less than that couldn't go past your artistic conscience,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
So I guess if you look back, okay, from the point like you dropped out of school, super uncertain, and then now you're here. And
Still uncertain.
Still uncertain, but more certain than before. Like, what are some of the key things that kept you going? Besides, okay, the love for the music I think comes through, the determination, the shamelessness to speak to the right people. Are these like the key things that kept you going?
The shamelessness. I mean, the self-promoting part is something that I'm really bad at. Like even in this this wonderful time we live in, with everything can be done. You can put yourself out there at a click of a finger. You just have to have internet, right? But I still haven't gotten into that. I obsess over practicing.
Yeah.
Okay, this is something that I think has become. It's great because it gets you better, but it also means that I spend hours and hours probably doing. They are better spent, elsewhere.
Yeah.
Like in this time, self-promotion is so important, right? You want to build up yourself as
Because
a brand.
you don't have a website.
Yeah, I don't have anything.
Yeah. Do you even have a manager? No, you don't.
No, I don't think I need one yet. I'm not really an artist or what. Because okay,
Okay.
I guess as a musician now, you could portray yourself as anything you want. You could be like, even if you're not signed or you're managed by anybody, you can be an artist on Instagram. You can look good.
Yeah, I was gonna say like you
Yeah.
can try to get product promotion or
Yeah,
placement or something.
which is probably
endorsement.
things I
we call
should
it.
be looking at.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I just like to.
I mean, your hero must be Eric Clapton in that case. I mean, you're like an Eric Clapton.
No, heroes. I don't know, man. I think heroes are. I got a few of them lah.
Yeah.
Too many to.
Wait, who? One or two?
I mean,
It's not Eric Clapton.
when I grew up, okay, as a musician, like the first the first two incredible bassists I heard were three. Jaco Pastorius, Billy Sheehan, and Victor Wooten. So that covers like jazz fusion to rock and to whatever avant-garde techniques, you know, in the day. And those are the days of like videotape and DVD, VHS and DVD.
Cassette players.
Yeah,
well.
cassette players. So
Yeah.
there were no, even if there were transcriptions on magazines or what, most of them were inaccurate. So besides rewinding the cassette and then when video came out, you okay, I'm gonna pause and play and pause and play and
So
pause.
you actually looked at the
Yeah, so the visual aspect is really important. If once you have some kind of visual reference, right, it's easy to copy a player's style and to also, what I tell some of my students, right, it's great to learn a lot of licks or learn chops or whatever. But besides knowing when and why to apply them, if you really want to copy a player's style, try to figure out how he's thinking. Right? If you watch like 10 of his approaches in 10 different songs, right, you sort of figure out like some of his signature moves and why would they want to do that? How can you apply them if you really like that so much?
interesting. So you're saying it's basically the intentionality. It's like
Yeah,
super
that is more
intentional.
important rather than learning the chop, the lick, the phrase at just face level. It's not going to work that way because you won't know how to apply it.
So you talked about students. So I guess if you think about your future plans, and you know you have a family now, is that where you actually want to go more, or is the touring still going to be your thing?
I mean, I'll be really lucky if the touring would still be a thing. I hope it's still a thing, but I have to look into maybe doing more work here, teaching. Actually, teaching not only for the.
Because you're really good with kids, man.
Oh, thank you.
You really are, but anyway, that's the point. But
Yeah, so I think I've reached the point of my career where I would love to give back with whatever I've learned. Like, you know, if there were willing people, you know, besides like coming to me and asking me, how do you play fast? I want to play fast, you know.
why does everyone want to play fast?
Yeah, I don't know. It's a musician. It's an
Violin as well.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Yeah, but I would love to give whatever guidance from my experience gathered through the years. It'd be nice to give back.
Yeah.
But now, you know, everything's on YouTube, so I don't know how much. Yeah.
Well, it still helps to have a teacher guiding, I guess. Like,
Yeah, honestly, when I had all those years trying to figure out stuff on my own, I really, really wish I had this mentor would be there for me and then, you know, guide me through maybe life and kind of utopian, right? But yeah.
No, but someone who's
you have been great. Like
someone
role model.
who's walked the path before, and can tell you.
So I guess now this is another big takeaway from touring. Like I'm touring with young people, but a lot of them are veterans in the scene. I love being in a situation where I might be one of the worst players, so I can only get better, and I can like glean from these really experienced people and learn from how they deal with situations musically and of course in life. I really like leverage that. Yeah, it's really, really very motivating. Yeah, because I can see that, okay, see, these are the steps that this guy took to get here. Yeah, what can I learn from that?
So I guess you talked about, okay, if you want to teach, you still need that paper qualification, right?
In
but
a lot of schools,
surely, I guess in schools.
But private students are fine.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, surely if you say, hey, I've been on this record, this is the photo of me performing, like, you know, in Vegas.
I don't know, I haven't tried.
You start your promotion parties to come.
Yeah. So I keep saying yes, I will do it, but it's always next year, and the next year never comes. But now, you know, with this ring on my finger, and the family will take care of. Yeah,
get more serious about it.
Serious,
So okay, the one thing I'm wondering is, do you still love the music? Like when you listen to music now, do you still feel that like when you were a kid, most like you listen to Bee Gees, you're like, wow, it's amazing, right?
Yeah.
When you listen to a new band nowadays, do you still feel like Simon, you're like, oh my god, this is my job?
It's gonna take a while, man. But yeah, it's kind of it's a bit poignant also. But okay, when I was young, I think besides the obsession with practice, like when I listen to music, any genre, I would be amazed at why does it. It's like food, right? Why does it taste so good? There's so many ingredients, or there can be like as little as 2. But no matter how many components, how many instruments they were playing, they always seem to make sense. Now, wow, I can hear this, I can see that. It's like a kaleidoscope, you know. I still have that fascination. Like, it still boggles my mind that, you know, you can have like 100 parts going at the same time, but if you write them well, you compose it well, you arrange it well, it just makes sense. And it's like big palette of colours to work with. So that never ceases to fascinate me. But now, actually, I've been quite tired on this tour. Like sometimes when the schedule gets hectic, all you want to do is like just go home and rest your ears. And I think my hearing is I'm starting to get tinnitus. Yeah, it's been bothering me, like, because I cannot really have silence. Like, it's getting worse. So during the shows, with my in-ear monitors, I still can hear this constant.
So this must be terrible for you.
It's terrible. And when at the start, I didn't notice it because like it would be like, you know, if you attend a really loud concert, maybe when you sleep at night, you notice it, but the next day it's okay. Then I was like having a sleepless night in the room one day. I was like, why do I hear crickets? There's no feel when I'm in the city. There's nothing. Oh shucks, something is wrong. Yeah, I better get it checked sooner. But I don't think you can go back from here. So that is the thing that's diminished my music enjoyment.
Physical.
Yeah, it's a physical thing because I know that, let's say I want to listen to a bit more detail, to turn the volume a bit up, no matter how detailed my in-ear monitors are. And every time I do that, I worry about my ears.
It gets worse.
Yeah, it gets worse. What if I can't hear like my daughter's voice or my wife's voice when I grow up? Yeah. What if I'm not there to hear my parents when they need help?
Yeah.
And I have to balance that. So at work, it's probably a comfortable level where you can listen to the music and the click and everything, the metronome. Yeah. But I have to put everything really soft, so it feels I'm playing air bass sometimes. Yeah. And I guess the years of practice have made that possible. Yeah. Because and that's an interesting thing also. Like, no matter how much you practice and predict situations at home, it just goes out the window when you go on stage. And that's the thing I don't know. Like now I see most of the stuff you can do at home. You can sell yourself from like just playing videos at home or making music at home. But I think I still enjoy the thrill of playing live. Because live, anything that will go wrong. Yeah, and you only learn from those mistakes, so you can react fast. Like I remember during one of my first gigs, I didn't expect it to be so dark on stage. I couldn't read my scores, and my scores were written. I tried to save paper, right? Because save money. I wrote really small notes. No. No! And then the singer wanted to change the key. I was like, oh, okay, I didn't prepare for that.
So you just.
So I'm like, what am I gonna do? So I ended up using my ears a lot of the time, and now there's one thing that can't be overlooked. The importance of like. No matter how much you prepare, no matter how much you work for it, like always
trust your ears.
Trust your ears. Yeah, you must have a strong, hopefully accurate musical intuition, and that is only honed through years of performing and practice.
Dichromatic, your song will be discordant completely.
Yeah, so you have to be, but some people just have such insane like musical sensibilities and sensitivity. That's something that I guess you're blessed with. Yeah. And then for the rest of us, we just try our best.
Well, thanks for your time.
No problem.
I thought that was a really poignant note to end our conversation. For his music, Shawn has had to make so many sacrifices, but I didn't expect it to include his hearing. There are so many things to take away from Shawn's journey, but more than anything, I find Shawn's love for his craft really inspiring. This is a man who doesn't seek attention, doesn't have a manager, and doesn't even promote himself on social media. He is guided by his love for music and, for better or for worse, has followed the path that music has taken him. Thanks again, Shawn, for your time, and let me just say that all your cousins are really proud of you. Now, if you like what you hear, then please subscribe and tell everyone that we're here. We're on Apple Podcast, Spotify, and your favorite podcast apps. We'd also love to hear from you, so get in touch on Twitter and Facebook using the handle @boldbutgoaldsg or visit boldbutgoaldsg.com. We'll be back again real soon with another episode about Singaporeans who are making bold choices in their lives. Till then, stay bold but gold.